Hi guys, my name is Troy and I'm dedicating this project to my great-grandfather, Jerome Harrington, or Jerry for short. Growing up, I heard different stories varying about his past as well as how great of a guy he really was, and it kind of led me to becoming sort of my role model, and I really looked up to him as a kid. He always would say this one line I'd never forget: "Troy, you are my hero." And that really hit me as a kid, and I really want to just explore his past and be able to just figure out some of the things he went through in his life and take that and finding out maybe my ancestry line and kind of rekindling my relationship with my other family that I haven't really talked to in a long time that live in other countries where my family might have been from. So to do that, I went on some websites such as Ancestry.com, as well as other couple websites where I actually went and I was able to figure out a little bit of information about him, the exact county he was in, as well as his family life. Other than that, though, I wasn't able to figure out past that. I was able to interview my grandma a few days ago and able to look at the old pictures from his childhood and his life growing up. And here are the stories that she had to offer in that regard, and that really helped me to just get a sense of who he was. And I think when I was growing up, I didn't really get that because at the end of his life, it was hard to really pick out those stories when a lot of hardship was happening, especially in that kind of regard for his life. And that was a really good experience. I feel like talking to my grandma about her dad and being able to just hear her stories that she told her directly. So here's a clip from that.
Well, my grandparents, my father's parents came from Hungary, got off the boat in Sault Ste. Marie and settled in Clayton, Wisconsin on a 40-acre farm. Jerome Andrew Path is the youngest of 11 children. This is the farm that they were raised on.
And that's a painting, right? That's
a painting of the original farm in Clayton, Wisconsin. Brick house was their main house. They did not take many pictures. My dad, this is my dad and his brother Emil on the farm.
Oh, wow.
Growing up, my father was the youngest.
Gotcha.
This is a school picture. He went to a one-room schoolhouse, which was next door to the farm.
Oh, wow.
He only went to school through 8th grade.
Oh, wow, really?
He never finished school. He left the farm at about age 18 and went to St. Paul, Minneapolis, and got a job at Northwest Airlines, going to work into being a mechanic. He was supposed to be sent to Alaska for training, but he ended up getting drafted in the Army.
Oh, wow.
And had to go sign up for his draft, and then was sent to Florida for training, and then went over to England to a base there and was sent for the second invasion of the second wave of Normandy. While he was back and forth to England, over a period of time, he met my mother, Phyllis Chambers at the time, and got acquainted with her, and then he would be shipped out and then he would come back to the base. They were married in England in 1945, I believe.
What was his job in the military when he went over there?
He did some MP,
okay.
Military police. Because his parents spoke German, he was able to be an interpreter when they had captured some German people. He came back before my mother. My mother had to come back with war brides, so she had to stay longer and go through immigration. She came by train to Wisconsin to meet up with my dad.
And then final thoughts, for his personality. How would you describe his personality? In 5 or so words, how would you describe him?
He had an enormous sense of humor. He loved life. He always did not talk about the war, but he always told us and the grandchildren how very lucky we were to live in this country and to have the freedoms that we have.
Now that I know a little bit more of my family, I really want to just go and hopefully contact my family members in Germany and in England. It really invigorated me to go and wanting to actually figure out where my family is from. So I really enjoyed this project just to kind of get a little taste of my family history. So this is awesome. I enjoyed it.